questions and inquiries there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Most definitely. Hello. This is episode 84 of the Mental Threads podcast. I'm here with Mr. George Weanquoi, if he'd like to say something.
My name is George F. Weanquoi, here from Bapa, Nimba County.
Yes. From Bapa, Nimba County, and he is now living here in Charlotte. Not living, but just visiting. Yeah.
Well, I lived here once before, came to the United States in 1977, and left 2005. Presently reside in Santa Cruz, Nimba County, where I work at Nimba County University College as an academic counselor.
You're just an academic counselor. You're not like a professor, but just an academic counselor?
I'm an academic counselor, and I teach few courses in English.
Okay, teach a couple courses in English. That's actually pretty good, and everything of that nature. But like you said earlier, you say you were born and raised in Bapa from the beginning, correct?
Yeah, I was born somewhere around 1947 in Bapa, Nimba County, Yami Administrative District, to be exact, where first Lamco existed, and now the Asla Meta Mineral Development Company that's working there at.
Now it's just the mineral company now and everything?
Yeah, Asla Meta is one of the giant steel companies in Liberia, based in Nimba County, most especially in my own village of Yamen. But to begin with, I started school somewhere around 1956 as an academic recruit under the American International Cooperative Assistance. And we were recruited and we started school, and I'm the oldest of four siblings that started school those days, among many others. I'm sorry today, there are two are late now. James Boan, he died June 5th, 2021, and this year, May 8th, 2022, I lost my brother. That's why I'm in America. I came to America to bid him farewell, to bury him.
Yeah, man, that must have been really tough, man. Especially that was my grandfather. Like he was speaking on Charles Weanquoi. I'd interviewed him a couple episodes prior and everything. Rest in peace to Charles Weanquoi, my grandfather, with much love and everything. But although I knew him pretty much my whole life and everything, I knew him at a different stage of his life. You pretty much knew him throughout your whole lives and everything. You, Uncle Joe, and Uncle James Boan, correct, right?
All right. I knew the two, and I know the rest of us remaining, but all of us started school. We're all recruited, and we all came to America. Mr. Boan, referred to as Mr. B, was the first. I call him the Christopher Columbus of the Papa family. He came 73, Joe Weanquoi came 75, and his wife came 76, and I came September 27, 1977. Upon my arrival, I thought it was expedient that we don't leave him behind. So I invited Charles, and he came. We all joined together, and we live here happily in the 70s, 80s, 90s, involved in a lot of political activities in Unico. And let me say, Charles was the first chairperson of the Nimba communities in Charlotte then. And with his help, I ascended to the presidency of the Nimba community in the Americas in 1983, to be specific, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I was elected national chairperson of Unico at the beginning of the Liberian civil conflict, under where it was referred to as the Nimba Raid, escalated by Samuel Doki.
Okay. We'll pretty much get deeper into that, because I know that's a lot of things we got to touch base with that, it's like in the first 4 minutes and everything. I want to be able to keep it layer to layer by layer and stuff of that nature. Sorry. If anybody wondering, the movie Next Friday is playing in the background. I think we're at the part where Craig is beating up Pinky. Just talking about the TV. A lot of people watch this movie. Anyway, yeah, Grandpa, that's crazy and everything that you pretty much, that it was pretty much the four of you, correct? Like it was just
the four of us, the oldest four. The younger ones followed out thereafter. They went to school as a choice of their parents, but we were recruited as, like we call school laborers. Our parents did not send us to school. They came and recruited us from the house, and the Western names, like I'm called George Weanquoi, it was bestowed on me by my teacher. My teacher gave me the name George, gave the name Charles, Joe. Joe was first called Oliver Weanquoi, but he didn't like it, so he changed it to Joe Weanquoi.
The funny thing, he actually kind of looks like an Oliver now you think about it. He looks like an Oliver more than a Joe.
So it's Joe Weanquoi, and that's how we started. But I'm fortunate to also say I'm the first to finish 12th grade in my hometown of Bapa, the first, 1967. I graduated from Zola Rural Teacher Training Institute and became a classroom teacher from 1967 up to 1977, coming to America.
That's cool, man. That's real cool. But y'all speak about y'all relationships, like growing up and everything. I was like, I don't know. It's like I've seen Grandpa like when he was older, but I always wonder like what were y'all like when y'all was younger and everything. Who was the mischievous one? Who was like the one that would get into trouble a lot? Who was the one that was like kind of sensitive? Who was the intelligent one? Like who was what? Basically.
Well, the intelligence is hard to equate. But let me say, if I say troublesome one, like I tell you, up to now as I speak, I cannot ride a bicycle. I never rode bike. Up to now, I don't ride anything with two wheels besides driving. But like George, Charles, those were the outgoing ones, most especially social life and outgoing, troublesome. When I say trouble, they make friends, they fight, but I was the peacemaker. I was the most quiet one among them. So, but we had a good time. Going to the river to swim, going making traps, mining birds on the farm. We come from school, go on the farm before we eat. Not like today, go on the farm, cut wool, and then all just lay with people to go to school. And because our parents cannot read, none of them read and write. We were the first readers in our family. The first educated ones to read and write. So we are proud of that.
That's crazy, for real, man. And it's just like the generations go on and people get more and more educated. It's crazy because like even on my dad's side of the family and everything, like my grandfather on my dad's side, Samuel Sayfili, was just a hunter and like he wasn't educated himself. He couldn't read or write either. And then his son was able to get a degree and get into the medical field. And now his grandson, is able to go into school for business and get a marketing degree and everything. So it's just like, I feel like that's just a crazy thing how from one generation none of them can read and write, and the next generation they can just read and write all of a sudden. So it kind of shows. Did that kind of showcase that maybe Liberia has a brighter future?
Let me say that we had one of the fathers who was the quarter chief, and he tested us. When the letter comes from the commissioner or from the parliament or clan chief, you give Jordan go read the letter, interpret it, then he keeps the same letter, call another person who's going to school and say, read this letter. So if you are reading your messages, the interpretation doesn't correspond, then you question your integrity, you question your education. But it was fun. And so we went to first start in Baba Public School, 1956. I came to Sunny College, St. Mary's School, 1959, the 4th grade. Luckily for me, I got double promotion to the 6th grade. In 1960, went to Langford school system and was one of the first students to take the 6th grade national exam, and we were successful. But for me, I'm mechanically I'm not inclined. So, like my brother Charles, he is. So I took the VT test. I failed because I could not describe even a box. They said draw a box. There's a way to draw it mechanically that when you look at it, it's a box. So I failed. So, but I'm in liberal education. I was good. Charles went to vocational education and got it. Then from there, he was a police officer. Joe Weanquoi was George, the second called George. Jenny Rillas Boan. He's an engineer by profession. He was a genius. He worked with Lamco. From there, he came to America on his own. And even at the college, he was the dean of the College of Geology and Mining. So, but we came here with short education. But when age had taken toll of me, I said, well, better to go back to Africa and live. Well, cost of living is cheaper than the United States. So I'm happy with my dear wife and children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, community members are all live with me. I'm proud to say I have like about 10 children living in my household now, beside my wife and myself, making a total of 10.
Okay, well, that's wonderful, man. That seems like a dream, to be honest, because like when I think about like when I get old, like where am I gonna retire to? And I'm thinking definitely in Liberia. Like obviously, I don't know if I should live in the Monrovia or in the mountains of Nimba, whichever way is most peaceful or whatever. But I don't know. It's just at the same time I've grew up here in like America, but it's like I feel like my roots. I feel like returning to my roots would be very vital in regards to like all that living life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like definitely when I'm older, I like to retire to Liberia. I know the beaches are very beautiful. Correct?
Oh, we have a lot of beaches, but I would say it needs to be developed to the Western standard. There are a few beaches in the city of Monrovia and Buchanan, but like I said, I have two lifestyles. I have a home in Monrovia. Monrovia is overpopulated. High sanitation is a problem there too. But in Nimba, we almost have three weather. We have winter, summer, and spring. So because of the mountain range, we have cold weather and mosquito less. And cost of living is cheaper than Monrovia. So I have a home in Monrovia, but if I spend 2 weeks in Monrovia, that's too long for me. Just like I'm in America now, I found it hard to spend. But in Nimba, the cost of living is better than Monrovia. So I love it there. Sanitation is also good. So I love it in Nimba, I love it. I have 24-hour current, I have running water. Yeah, just like in America, I have 24-hour current. So I love it, most especially in Santa Cruz, Nimba County, which is the seat of government, of the county government. So I love it down there.
Okay, that's nice and everything of that nature. Every time I just dream about the future and everything I want to bring to Liberia and everything. One of the main things I want to bring is solar energy for sure. And I want to be able to light up Liberia as best I can. I definitely want to westernize the beaches, like you said, a little bit more often. Maybe build a couple hotels on the beach line. Turn into a tourist attraction so more people want to come to Liberia, like how they go to the Bahamas, like they go to Jamaica. Liberia could be a very good place for people to go on a vacation, just like South America.
It is. Liberia is growing. That's part where third world country, but in Monrovia, because 90% of the educated ones live either in the United States or some European countries. So they bring back the lifestyle. If you go to Monrovia, you find beaches that are just like here, but the sanitation is still a problem. Maintenance is our challenge. We build beautiful beaches, but to maintain it is hard. But I love it down there.
I mean, but that could be a good job. That's the thing, people not being paid. All you need to do, there's so many things to do in Liberia in terms of working. You can make a job out of everything, like maybe make a sanitation people, pay them certain money, make a beach people, maybe they could be lifeguards, something like that. Maybe they could open some restaurants on the side, stuff like that. It's like the more you give people, more problems they are in Liberia, I feel like the more jobs there are. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we need to create jobs. We need to create jobs. But everybody look up to government for employment. So we prefer entrepreneurs. But one of the things our government needs to do is to give incentive to investors instead of asking for kickbacks to developers. This is one of the things that has strangulated Liberia from growth. People want to invest, but when you invest, they want kickbacks before they can allow you to invest. So this has discouraged many investors from investing in Liberia. But notwithstanding, life goes on, and those that are strong, the strong survive, and the weak don't.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's most definitely. Sorry, it's just more next Friday in the background now. That's why I'm laughing. Anyway, yeah, man, that's crazy how there's just so much situations that we have to really get organized back in Liberia and everything of that nature. But we're gonna come back to Liberia a little bit more actively because I want to speak about stuff that happened in the Civil War a little bit more intrinsically. But if we had to go back to your transition from Liberia to America and everything, and what you saw when you came to America, how are you feeling? How did people react to you? How did you react to other? Because when my mom spoke about what she thought America was going to be, she thought America was going to have no trees and it was just going to be buildings and everything. It's just when you get it, what was your expectation for America and what did you see? What was your realization?
Well, coming to America the first time, I thought, America is great. Let me admit. But coming to America, I thought everything was free. Was a handout. But coming to America is a country of hard work. If you don't work, you don't succeed. But we came here, I came on a student visa with little or no funding from parents. I did all job to get the education that I have today. So you challenge yourself, focus, and you achieve. America is a land of achievers. It's a land of the brave. You must be brave and strong to survive. If not, and you must be focused. The luxury is here, attractions. If you focus on attraction, you will never succeed. So I challenge myself, and presently I'm back home, working at the community college, like I said earlier, since 2011 up to present. But we are doing our best. But America is a place that anybody, for you to succeed, first have a mission, set a goal, and work towards it. There are a lot of distractors, many luxury. If you find a pleasure, you hook up. You don't focus, you'll be a lost child. So I tell all of you, just like you're sitting before me as a grandson, I tell you, your example is Obama, Kamala Harris. Those are foreign descent. So if they keep the focus, they succeed. So if you don't, then the next thing, if you are not focused, of course you are born here, so deportation don't face you. But the prison awaits you if you don't focus.
Yeah, no,
So I ask all of us, I'm proud of you, proud of your brother, proud of my daughter for getting you put to be what you are. So, and the many others. So I ask you to be focused and do more.
Oh, yeah,
That's got to be your limit.
No, definitely, for sure. That's why that's just my mindset when I attend with anything. You know, I was having issues in transition from high school to college and everything. But once I learned that I really need to learn to isolate myself from people who are not good for me and everything, and just focus on myself, my education and everything, I succeeded very well in college and everything at North Carolina Central University. And I'm really have plans to go get my master's degree at Howard University once I get a whole lot of things situated here and everything. Eventually I want to get my doctorates down the line too, but that's going to come with work also. And it's just like, it's just when I'm working, when I'm studying, when I'm doing anything, when I'm on campus, with every decision I make, I always try to ask myself, how will this affect my mom? How will this affect my brother? How will this affect my community? Because one day I'm going to reach a stage in my life where I'm going to be making decisions, where I'm going to be looking out for others. I just want to better put myself in that position, and like trying to survive in this country, it's tough. Like, especially if you're a Liberian American kid and everything, there's always all types of like people in the background that might that there's temptation, fast money, getting stuck in the wrong crowd. You can get lost in the shuffle if you don't really understand what your purpose or what your focus is, like you said. So it's just like my focus is a better tomorrow for Liberia and my family, and that's every step I have to take. Whether if it's not me, it's definitely gonna be somebody under me that's gonna do so. Whether it be my other younger cousins and everything of that nature. I'm the first grandson, so I'm up and I'm just stuck. I have to really, really focus on getting stuff organized to that degree, and things of that nature. But what were some other things that you saw in America and everything that you thought was crazy or that really just blew your mind, or yeah?
Well, what blew my mind, I came for a mission. I came first. If I was financially potent, I could not stay longer as I did. But surviving on your own, paying your own tuition, and parents behind, family behind, look up for you for support. Children you left behind looking up to you for support. So with these, we have to work and go to school. All my time in America, I always work a second shift job because it allowed me to work and to go to school. But notwithstanding, there are a lot of attractions. There are a lot of attractions, beauties. But my first focus was to get my children and siblings in this country, which they did. And all through that, you are all beneficiaries of our efforts. The four of us talking about, all of them have children in this country. Joe has children. Charles, the late, peace be to his soul, Jane Nerella's born, and many others. We brought them. So that was the first focus. Well, we could not leave them behind, be comfortable here. So our first focus was to get our children to what I call a promised land. It's promised to you, but you got to work towards it. So that's our first focus. And then after age has taken toll on me, right? And the cost of living in Liberia is lower than here. So as an old age person, my wife and I decided to go back to Liberia and live, and I'm happy at home. If I stay here 2 months or a month, it's strong. I came for medical attention or something, but to live here permanently at old age, I cannot, and I will not. But I will kind of see you the next time you get in your master, you invite me and help to pay my ticket.
Okay, definitely. I wouldn't mind paying your ticket. I just gotta put that. I really gotta put myself in that position for sure. Yeah, master's degree won't be anything. That's just 2 years. It's just 2 years. It's just a matter of just paying the tuition.
I mean, 2024, I will be here.
Yeah, it's 2022, so I pretty much might be starting school in 2023. So 2025. Yeah, 2025 possibly.
Okay, I'll come. I'll come. Then maybe from there, the next year, the wedding.
Yeah, most definitely.
when you pick up your partner.
Oh yeah, most definitely. In DC, they have many fine women in DC. There's a lot of Liberian people in DC too, and East African women, and all types of stuff like that. So yeah, I like what I see in DC. So it's just
Yeah. But I'm proud of you, Tony. I'm very proud of you.
I prefer just being called T-Boy. I know it's my father's name and everything, but it's just on the birth certificate it says T, so it's just like that's just.
T stand for Tony.
I mean, yeah, in a sense, yeah.
T-boy.
Yeah, T-Boy, but it's like, yeah, but I try to work hard. I always try to work in your best interest and everything. So it's just like, I'm not trying to waste any time here in America. There's a lot of people who wish they were in my position. So it's just like I try to be able to protect that position as best as possible. But it's like, when we're speaking about like, your life in America, how did you feel about everything that was going on in regards to the Civil War? And like, what was your mindset on that?
Well, the Civil War was first. The Civil War started because of our brother that established the Western government, deprived the indigenous of the immunities. That was the first cause of the civil conflict. But the civil conflict turned into an ethnic cleansing. The tribe in power wanted to marginalize the majority. So that was the cause of the Civil War. But fortunately for me, I was in America when the Civil War was going on. So I was never part of it. I never took part in it. But after the Civil War, I became one of the beneficiaries of the civilian government under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as a classroom teacher at the Liberia University. So but there's still rivalry among tribes, most especially. Nimba is one of the majority tribes in Liberia. Excuse me, but the government is alienating or marginalizing also state. There's a conflict, but notwithstanding, peace will prevail. Now, the destruction of property, the first war will never happen anymore. Well, all of us have invested, and nobody wants to see his or her property go being ruined by vigilantes. So we are all trying. But we are looking up to 2023 to see if we can change government. One of the things that has become a problem of the government in Liberia is corruption. Corruption is the hallmark. Everybody wants to grab for themselves what they don't have before. They want to quadruple with the minimum wages they are earning. So this is the problem. Self-enrichment is the hallmark of our government. So if those things are erased and people go there with patriotism to serve and not to enrich themselves, with Liberia have a better place to live. But notwithstanding, those of us we're not in political position, we are comfortable, go about our normal life. The only next thing is what you call ritualistic killing must be stopped for power. If you want, God gave it to you, you will get it. Don't take life of your fellow man to say that will enrich you. That's wrong. But Liberia is normal.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man, with the tribalism in a sense, because I know, like, the main people, it was Kron versus Gio and Mano people, so it's just like, in that sense, it was just like, but I had read that Kron and Mano and Gio relations before the Civil War were actually kind of peaceful to a certain degree, like people were marrying to each other and it wasn't really a problem.
No, that's by the Kron Mano Grand Gio relationship. We call the Grand Law the in-laws. We intermarriage because the Grand much past Nimba to come to Monrovia. So there's no way. So but relationship, well, it was, like I said, greed. It was greed for power, and those that were in power misled the leaders. Those around the leader misled them, so that was the cause of the conflict. Because the civilian government or the military government that came to power was dominated by Nimbayans, but later on, those intermarriage started to make Nimba the enemy. So, but that is over now. We hope it's over.
But even though it is over, there's still some scars left behind. And I guess it's very tough to actually get back together. The
scars will be over forever. If somebody killed your parent, then you must. You may forget, but you cannot forget. You may forgive them, but you will not forget. There were a lot of ethnic cleansing. So those marks are there. Even the Tauber family, Turbo was the best government leader, president after the American Liberia. He was the best, but he was killed along with many of his children. So the Turbo family will always have that scar. Jackson Doe, David Dwayne, there are many nameless people, both on the Mano, the Congo, any tribe. They were ethnic cleansing. So these people, their children will stay have that scar on their mind forever. But they will forget. They will forgive, but they will not forget. They will forgive those that committed atrocities, but they will not forget.
Yeah.
So, but notwithstanding, time heals the wound. Time will heal the scars.
And over the generations, like maybe over time, will start going away to a certain degree. Like maybe not now because like this stuff happened in the '90s, so we're not too far away. But maybe like 100 years from now, you know, maybe we'll definitely get into. Who knows? Maybe 100 years from now, Liberia might be a utopia. Who knows? But at the same token, it's gonna take a lot of work to get that situated. You know what's crazy? I met Samuel Doe's daughter, Veronica Doe, at an event like years ago when we were young.
Yeah, but take yourself for example, Black Americans. Black American slavery is over. They are forgiving. They are forgiving the white,
They're oppressors. Yeah.
The white but now they are in government. We have first black president, first black female
Vice President.
First female Supreme Court justice. So these things are in government all over. So time have healed the wound.
Not entirely. Oh, not entirely, but
not entirely, but
it's we're making it's taking
progress.
some time. We're making progress to a certain degree and everything. Yeah.
Time will heal the wound. So, but we are making progress. So, the same thing in Liberia, love. Whether you are crying, if I love a crown lady or my child love a crown lady, I cannot make that choice for him. If a crown man loves a Nimba lady or Nimba man, you cannot make choice for them. So those times will heal the wound.
Oh no, surely and everything, but we had to go into like the different aspects of like tribalism and everything, because I know Kron folk were known for being like very fierce type of warriors back in the day. They were like the main people fighting the people, trying to put them on slave ships back in hundreds of years ago. And now the descendants are the Kron folk are I don't want to say that's who they are now, but it's like they seem to be like their main thing is that they're very strong in heart. Whereas like for us, like as the Nimba or the Mono people are very intelligent, like strong in mind. And everything. In regards to the boss and everything, what are some other like qualities in other tribes that you notice?
All tribes in Liberia are equal, but notwithstanding, the Crown said they are not the coastal Crown. The Crown in the you call it the bush Crown. I'm not taking. Let me take the context. When I use the word bush Crown, that means they're from the bush, but they were in a remote part of the country. The coasters, the Bassa, the Kru. The Grebos, the Vai, the Kola, those are the coastal Liberians. So they were involved in slave trade. Of course, there were kings and kings in the rural area that even did slavery among themselves. But the Crown, they are the minority tribe. But the only thing that happened with the Doe government is they were the minority, but they marginalized the majority. And those that even helped to put in power like Weanquoi, they became their enemy. Nimba became the enemy. So, but notwithstanding, time is healing the wound. Like I said, it takes time to heal the wound. And we are all together. In the house, they are together. Like George Bole went to school. George Bole, who was here one time, he was deported. He was one of the warlords. But he advanced Nimba cause in the house. The Nimba University, he was one of those actors that created the Nimba University to release the burden on the central government. Well, we have two state universities in Liberia, University of Liberia and Tottenham University. Nimba will be now the third state-run university in Liberia. So we are proud of that, but we are working. We are collaborating with each other. Love is now emerging among ourselves. So we all ride together. If Grandman and I ride the same car, we talk. We converse. So, and they are all my friends.
Cool. That's wonderful. That's one of the full that y'all can find peace and everything and move on. I think that's beautiful for sure. Because with a lot of like civil war, there's a lot of like bloodshed, a lot of problems, some things that are very irreversible. The scars still linger. So it's good to know that a lot of y'all is trying to move forward and everything. One member of the Kron tribe and everything that I know that is actually very famous in America is one football player for the Indianapolis Colts. His name is Kwity Paye, and he spoke about how like the Liberian Civil War kind of like affected his family and everything, and now he's doing very, very well for himself. So it's just like a lot of us Liberians born in America are actually striving to get that same levels of success and not more, to really put ourselves in a position where we can inspire others and help others and everything of that nature and stuff of that and stuff like that. Do you feel like a lot of people like back home in Liberia kind of look up to the people and the Liberians born in America to kind of make changes in their lives?
No, one of the things I've said, if it was possible to erase a group of people, those of us, the indigenous or old age Liberians, we could move all of us and bring our grandchildren like you. Because your mindset is different from George Weanquoi or that those that grew up in Liberia and came to America. We have a different value system. Corruption is still a part of our lifestyle. I may say, not that you may not be corrupt, but you are thinking your value system is different from mine. So I will say that we need to get some of you young ones to go in government. Because your mindset is different from mine. Those that were born in Liberia, work in Liberia, and came to America, we are different from those that are born Liberian American. They have a different value system. So if it were possible to say, let's take all the old ones and put, what somebody say is an old wine in new bottle. I come here to America, going back, my value system has changed, but I still have that concept of greed, of quick wealth. So it's possible. So I think that we need to, because those that are governing Liberia today, they are all American educated. But the first thing to think about is self-enrichment at the detriment of the masses. Healthcare delivery is one of the poorest. But those that are there in government, they prefer going to Ghana or coming to America for treatment instead of investing the money for good health care in Liberia. It's non-existent. Like somebody said, one of the ones that running for president called Tiawan, dialysis has strong-related Liberians from returning. Those that have kidney problem, dialysis, they cannot go to Liberia. But there are no dialysis clinic in the whole country. Just a few months ago, they opened one, and he made under Ellen Johnson, Ellen Johnson dialysis clinic, only one in Monrovia, a country with a population of over 5 million people, only one dialysis clinic in one location. You cannot. So our health delivery system is one of the poorest. Education is poor. Road network is still a challenge. It's still a challenge. Food. We cannot produce our own food. We depend on imported rice, imported meat, and everything. And we have the best land in the world with good rainfall, but our food delivery is still one of the poorest.
Well, that's all very sad, man. Because although like we're decades removed from the Liberian Civil War and everything, but and like, even Rwanda had their own civil war, but I feel like Rwanda got themselves a little bit together, a little bit. I don't want to say better because I haven't been there to really compare. But what I've heard is that Rwanda has kind of basically become the Singapore of America to a certain degree, and they pretty much did that on their own. Why do you think? Well, I know you already stated that a lot of our delayed progress has a lot to do with corruption and stuff of that nature. And you mentioned how you would rather prefer us, like a lot of us Liberians born in America, to probably take office with different values and stuff of that nature. Because I couldn't imagine myself put into power and everything, and then misusing that power for my own personal gain. That just sounds weird, especially like when there's other countries where we have to compete with the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, and everything. But in regards to passing all that, what are some things that you feel like could be done to change a lot of these things?
Well, first, let's not reward criminals. There must be punishment for crimes committed against humanity. You see, everybody in Liberia go impunity because of kinship. The legal system is weak because of who knows you. Crimes are committed by the highest up, and stealing is referred to as misappropriation in Liberia. Stealing, you steal government money, you say misappropriate. malpractices. These are rogues. They must be punished. They must feel the full weight of the law. And then respect for human rights. Life, when Talbot was president, an eye for an eye, tooth for the tooth. You kill, you were electrocuted. You were not electrocuted. You were hanged 6 to 6, and that made Liberia peaceful. Crimes. I don't say crime did not exist, but it was the minimum. But today, people commit heinous crime and they go with impunity because they have some big hand behind it. So this we need to stop.
And those are the main things we feel like should change and everything. It's just like it really just starts from like the corruption and all the heinous crimes that need to be left alone. I know it's just like I just want to. Part of me just wants to raise like Liberia's like just their image. I just want to switch up their image because people will look at Liberia as like that one country like just can't seem to get it together. The war country, the dirty country, and everything. And it's just like I feel like we have so much beauty from the rainforest to the beaches, to the mountains and everything. There's so much to see, and there's so many things you could possibly do. It's really just a matter of just probably trying to way to westernize it to a certain degree because, Liberia is the little America of, like, Africa. So it's like, it's kind of embarrassing the way that we're in that shape and everything. And then, like, places like maybe like islands like Jamaica, Puerto Rico, stuff like they got a certain image where at least people go there to vacation there. You know what I'm saying?
The word Liberia and America is theory. If you look at our system of government, it's directly copied after that of the United States. Monday will be observing July 4th as Independence Day. July 26th will be Liberian Independence Day. Liberia flag all holidays in Liberia also coincide with holidays in America. We are little America in theory. Our laws are the best on the book. But the implementation is the worst, the weakest. It's very weak. So we need to change. We need to have leaders not based on ethnicity. Let be a merit system. Let us stop. Liberia must stop appointing government officials. Let them be elected so they can owe their loyalty to the citizen, not to the leader. This is one of our biggest downfalls. Like government position, if I appoint you, your loyalty is to me, not to the citizen. So we need to change. Yeah. So we can have Liberia is good. If you read our constitution, our laws, they are even, I would say it's better than even the United States. Maybe. But our implementation is the weakest. Very weak, lukewarm, and impunity is our hallmark. If I know the president will commit heinous crime because somebody big hand behind me. So we need to start and respect the rules of law. The rules of law are well written, but the implementation it does not exist. So we need to stop.
Yeah, man, definitely need to stay up on that implementation, really disciplining each other. Actually, like, paying people on time, man, because I swear, like, job-wise, I feel like from cleaning up, sanitation, adding in solar lighting would be a wonderful investment for Liberia. Really learning to start different businesses, maybe nightclubs, maybe stuff on the beach, maybe start a little boardwalk. You've been to the boardwalk and stuff like that. If we can do that same thing for Liberia and everything, make it into a tourist attraction, a place where people can, that's the first country founded by Black Americans. A lot of Black Americans in America don't even know about countries like that. Puerto Rico's here, they got Puerto Ricans here, they got Puerto Rico.
Well, like you said, we need all of those. But how can we do it? There must be a government that must respect the rules of law, that the budget is actualized through implementation, not in the pocket of the elect few. Liberia, our budget this year is about $587 million, if I'm correct. But how you actualize that is one thing. Saying it is good, like I tell you, I've said before, I told you, theory is good. You look at our system, theoretically we are the best, but physically implementing what we are rating, we are the weakest on the continent. We are the oldest republic, maybe if not, we'll say the second, but we are the oldest republic, but we are the lacking behind. We are the least. on the continent. You know that why a musician said you don't need perfume to go in Monrovia because the sewer system busts on the road, the same goes on you. So when you're talking about you don't need perfume, because the sewer system running, you smell it, so that's a perfume. But we need to. Electricity is the ration electricity in the capital of the country. I live in San Nicolas. The West African power put have 24-hour current. It may go 24 hours long. But we need a government that will listen to the needs of the people. That's what we need.
Not just listen to, but actually respond to it also. Yeah.
Listen and respond. And like you talk about pay system, this salary disparity is the biggest mark. Representatives, senators who go to work twice a week are the highest paid senators and representatives. Government ministers are well paid, but the classroom teacher, the policeman, the janitors are not paid. Nobody can make $50 a month. You say you are paid. $100 a month for salary you are paid. So that why even make the law enforcement to corrupt. But they take handouts because to supplement the low income they are having. So that's what breeds corruption too.
That's very, very sad, but it actually makes sense also, man, because like if you pay the police system like less, then they're not really gonna care about their job and everything. Like the less you get paid, the less you care about your job and the intricacies in regards to that.
They care for the job, but they care for the job because like I call it a daily worker. Why they collect? If you break the law, you can give your policeman a handout. You better take it to supplement the low income. So that breeds corruption. Even the teachers in the classroom, when I say, which most people do, take money from students for grades.
Or be trying to have sex with the female students.
Sex for grade. All of these things. If you have bad discipline, you have benefits. That man working towards, he cannot do these things. So we need a higher standard. A leader must set a standard and lay up to that standard. Not do as I say, don't do as I do. This is the problem we're having.
Oh yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that for sure, man. No, definitely. And it's like, we had to go back to in regards to like what life was like before the Civil War versus how it is after the Civil War and everything. How was life growing up, like in regards to like, people getting paid and everything? I feel like life was a little bit better in the 70s and the 60s and everything.
I started teaching in 1967, like I told you. I was making first. I started with $75, but at those days, $75 the economy was good. $75 I equated to 500 or more. So life was better. Salary was not on time, but it was coming. We have one currency, which was the U.S. dollar. Today we have two currencies in Liberia. We have a Liberian dollar, we have the U.S. dollar. And people go for the U.S. dollar, run after the U.S. dollar because that's the only way you can pay vendors and suppliers in the international market. So we were paid on time. If we were not on time, but cost of living was measurable, manageable, and love and peace we coexisted as people. That was, of course, the war Congo and Native exists, but it was on a low scale. Even today, now, we are all, the Congo, my wife is a Congo girl, I'm proud of to say that, but we are all equal. So love exists. We all coexist, but the only thing we expect of government, whether you are a native descent or American descent, the respect for the rule of law must be your hallmark. And live and let manage the economy to the level of the people. Let everybody share. Do not enrich the few and impoverish the majority. That's what Liberia, we have what they call the so-called the disadvantaged youth. The crime rate is high because the majority is being marginalized economically. So we need to work on that.
Oh yeah, no, that's for real, man. But in regards to the matter, man, it's like that's crazy. Life was probably peaceful. I be seeing the old videos of what Liberia was like in the '70s and everything. It kind of looks like a utopia compared to how it is now and everything. People were dressed well. Everything was just. It didn't look bad at all. It was different, but it wasn't like apocalyptic and everything to a certain degree. It's just one of those things. Do you feel like the Liberico Americans, the descendants of the slaves, ran the country better, or do you feel like they ran it in a way that was just like what?
Well, during those days, we were only one party state. When I grew up, we were only one party state. I would say the manager were because the illiteracy rate was high. Mm-hmm. But now when we got to see the ills of society, we became more educated, then comparative analysis started to set in. So we started to see the ills of society, the marginalization of the elite few, which were the American Liberian descent. But now we're standing, thought might even brought all of us together to a policy called a unification policy that all those that were marginalized, we had counties. So counties were all equal, superintendents were appointed. But so they started to absorb the indigenous. So life was fine. We coexisted with peace. There was love. That's part. There were some ills of society because they were minority. They absorbed the indigenous workers were more than them. So there was unity. But the American Liberians, like I said, they were only, of course, they are few. So they were able to absorb everybody into the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I guess that's one way to put it. You got anything else to say about that? You got anything else to talk about that?
Well, I just want to tell you, thank you for.
No, we're not ending. I was talking about like anything in regards to like because I know you're going on. I thought you were about to say something else about the whole tribalism and everything.
No, we live in a pluralistic society where everybody was equal. We are all absorbed. Okay. Of course, there were some higher ranks that belonged to them, but notwithstanding, they could not do all. So we were all equal in the up 12-month government. We are all equal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. In regards to like things back in our culture as the Mono people and everything, I know we got a chief in Liberia. Who's the chief right now?
Well, chiefs. Well, there are chiefs of different districts. Like Nima County has 19 electoral districts, so we have a lot of chiefs. Like I hear from Yami Administrative District, my parliament chief is Kuba Wlaka. There are another parliament chief called Bantie. When you go to every region, they have their own chiefs and leaders, commissioner, statutory superintendent, representative. So we have 19 electoral districts. So we have 19 electoral districts. We have 9 representatives that represent each of these districts. Okay. So sometimes they combine 2 districts to get 1 representative. So we are all in the government. But like for us, from Yame, Administrative District, our representative is Honorable Joseph Weanquoi. Mm-hmm. My commissioner is Thomas Gonoti. Mm-hmm. And my statutory superintendent is Philip Tokpa. Mm-hmm. And we are segmented. Every area has its own chief. Like if you go to Queen, where your father here from Lao, Lao Khan is under secretary. They have their own representative, which is Honorable Larry Yorkway, which is District 8. So we are segmented. So we are not all together. Just like you have Mackinback County and other counties. That's where we're Rowan County. So there we are.
Oh, that's cool. There's more. I think you mentioned about somebody, one of our great grandfathers, one day, like a chief. Aren't we descended by someone who was probably once a chief or something like that?
Yeah. Chief, before long ago, chief were aristocrats. Chieftains belonged to a certain group of people. Mm-hmm. But now we are elected or appointed by government. Mm-hmm. So it's not one tribe or one ethnic group or one kinsman. No.
Okay, so there's multiple chiefs and everything. Were we descended from one chief? Wasn't there like a guy in our family that was a chief or anything, or was it just like distant relative, none like that?
We from young man we were they call the Duri family. I hear from Upper Nimba, which when the Nimba range exists, the Nimba range directly above me. So we have our own chieftaincy. And even one of the daughters is right here in in Charlotte, called Serena Sua, Joanna Sua. Those were the chiefs. Those are the descendants of the chiefs that we saw when we were growing up, but no more. So it's rotational based on merit.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't really know anything about that. Okay. Like we had to go into spiritual means and everything. I know we refer to our God as Walla and everything of that nature, but it's like and the mountains. Did the mountains in Nimba actually represent something spiritual? I read somewhere that they used to go on the mountains to praise God and stuff of that nature.
Well, what Nimba means a single lady. Nimba Mountain, about what we are told, was a sacrifice with a young lady who was buried alive. So they named that mountain in your memory, Nimba, a home of a young female lady, unmarried female lady.
Oh, I thought it was like home of young maidens that slipped and fell or something like that.
She never fell.
Oh, okay.
She was buried alive. Sacrificially, she was buried as a sacrifice to God. Whether God brought the mountain, but we are told it was a sacrifice to the Lord.
Okay. And she just still there in the mountains, basically, her body?
What is she? We got up, we saw Nimba Mountain.
Oh, okay.
And she said, and the place where she was buried stayed there. It's like a shrine.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. You know what's crazy? Also, hold on one second. See, on my bank card, I took a picture of like the Nimba Mountains, and it's like now it's on my bank card. He's now seeing like what my bank card looks like.
Yeah, Nimba Range. Right now, I have two ranges with the Monganga and Monjito Raton, which is where it's being operated now, not Nimba Mountain. Yeah, man, where we here has a lot of mineral deposits, so we are the wealthiest region, but the poorest.
The wealthiest, but the poorest. Very ironic, but very true, huh? Yeah, so I know you mentioned Auntie Alma. You still married to Auntie Alma, right?
Oh, Auntie Alma is my heartbeat. It's the heartbeat of George Weanquoi. She and I beautifully married. Despite she's not well, but say for better for worse, that's true by her. And she's my wife. She's taking care of the children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. We are beautifully married. She's coming to Monrovia, hopefully on the 6th of this month, to bury a nephew. We are beautifully married, live in San Nicolas. I can say we are self-sufficient. We're not rich.
Okay, that's cool. But y'all been together since y'all were really, really young, or like?
No. This is all of what is our second marriage. My second, our second. But notwithstanding, God has to everything. There's a season. So we met at a appointed time. We went to school together, elementary school, but we were not married until we came to the United States.
That's cool. That's wonderful. I know, like, growing up, I recall Chevy was living with y'all and everything, and Chevy's living very well right now.
Oh, Shelby is doing great. He lives in D.C., Alexandria to be exact.
Oh, I'm going to hit him up very soon then, because that's where my grandma...
He lives in Alexandria. It's a Woodbridge. Alexandria Woodbridge. That's where he lives. He's now the father of one son.
I really need to visit him. I haven't seen him in so long. I didn't know he lived in Alexandria. I'd be in and out of Alexandria all the time, and I'd be wondering.
Well, I'll give you his personal information if you so desire.
Definitely send me his address and send me his phone number if you got it.
Phone number, I'll give it to you. But I was to go there on this visit, but I flew, so I could not. So I was going by line, but I did not. He's married to one Sabrina.
My dad's wife's name is Sabrina too, and she's white too. So.
She's white too. Okay, she's also white, but she hails from North Carolina.
No, I think no.
Shelby White hails from North Carolina.
Oh, Shelby White's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I think my dad's wife is just lived in Virginia, been in Virginia ever since.
They hail from here. They are referred to as the Snows.
Sabrina Snow. Yeah. I know. I think I've seen him on social media. I know about him to a certain degree. I just haven't seen Chevy in a minute. I didn't even think he was just there in Alexandria.
He lives in Alexandria.
I'm gonna definitely touch base on him once I move out there and everything, for sure, and everything, because it's just like I feel like he was like the main one where it's just like where he really had his stuff together. For sure. Oh, no problem. Yeah, back to everything and everything. Yeah, I know, like you and Aunt Emma, you mentioned that Auntie. Sorry, I'm still watching next Friday. Anyway, Anyway, for Aunt Alma, you mentioned that she was originally from the Congo, or yeah.
Her mother is a Creole lady from Nimba. Her father is from the coast, the Coppers. So she's Emma Copper Weanquoi now. Her brother was the Chief Justice during the transitional government, Henry Reed Cooper. She's a lot of siblings, the brothers are Padmos, the Wrights, the Roberts. Yeah, she has a lot of siblings. So
Yeah, I know. Y'all time seems to have like more siblings and everything. Because I know, like, from mom's, my mother's mother, Estella Gurr, has a lot of siblings and everything. And her eldest sibling was the mother to Thomas Weanquoi, correct?
yes. She's a sister. In Africa, we know we use the word sister, but she's a direct cousin of Weanquoi.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy how strong the ties are in like Liberia and everything. Why do you think do people still have multiple children, like a whole lot of children, like brothers and sister siblings now? Is the birth rate kind of lesser now?
I think we like birth. We don't have birth control, but we live by the grace of God. Our children, our security. So you do not limit a mother from reproduction. But so the more you have, the better you are. It's a lottery. You don't know which one will be the best. So the better you have more, so you can. Of course, hard to educate them, but notwithstanding, they say the strongest survive. So if you're born with a determined mind, you will succeed.
Oh yeah, I see that. I understand.
It's not wealth that make one to succeed.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's also the sense of having multiple wives and polygyny. That's still a thing that goes on in Liberia today.
No, polygamy is on the decline. Polygamy is on the decline, but honesty with relationship needs to be respected. If you say you are single married, you have multiple girlfriends, then why not bring them home? Well, if you have two girlfriends, one wife, you are still a polygamist. But so you just hiding it, so you are stealing from your wife. So if you want to do a polygamy, you have to take more. Okay. But if you want to be married and keep that vow.
Okay. You can be married to multiple women. That's what polygyny is. So it's just like,
yeah, that's what it is. But if you marry to one wife, you have 5 girlfriends. Now you're not a polygamist. And what is the difference? Who is better off? The one that married 3 and they know of each other. Then you got one wife and 5 girlfriends. Who is better off?
Yeah, I don't really get what's the point of it.
No, if you had to make a choice, I have one wife, 5 girlfriends. I have 3 wives that know of each other. The 2 person, which one is honest?
I'd rather take the 3 wives and everything.
Honesty. You see
Honesty, yeah.
So you.
Yeah, I believe in that. I think that's good. I don't know.
Polygamy existed because polygamy is what you call resource. You are a businessman, resource pooling. If you got 3 wives, 2 wives, you all work together, you produce more.
Yeah.
You see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have one wife, you are not strong, you will not produce. So polygamy was also economic base. The more you get together, you work. If you have 3 children, can cultivate more than if you have 1 child. You cultivate less. So that was the reason, one of the underlying factors of polygamy. It has an economic benefit.
Oh yeah, sure. Why do you feel like it's frowned upon nowadays or something like that?
It's frowned upon. No, most especially the literates, because now nobody wants his or her child not to read and write. That does not mean always succeed, but you might have a vocation, you might have some education. So it's been frowned upon. And you see, because the polygamy existed because the man was only the breadwinner. But now today, if you marry your wife, bring income, you bring income, you can work together. But if the man is only the breadwinner, then he had the leverage to say, well, if you're not doing anything, I bring 2 wives. But now everybody, you must send your child to school. You want to be front up. Not that they will all succeed, but the opportunity is given to everybody to go to school. Even right now in Liberia, we pay fee. We don't pay tuition. Government pay tuition for government institutions. Like we have financial aid. Government pay for credit hours, and you pay the fixed fee for the school. So if you do 1 credit hour, government pay by the fee. Your fee will be equal with, I would do 20 credit hours with the fixed fee. Breakage, ID, all of these different fees are measured equally, are distributed equally. But if you take 20 credit hours, government will pay your tuition. So this is good for government institutions, not private now.
Oh, yeah, surely, man, surely. And I don't know why polygamy is kind of frowned upon to a certain degree. I mean, I feel like we should bring more polygamy into even the first world countries like America, for instance, because it's like I feel like the Mormons can do it here in America.
It also has health risk. Polygamy has health risk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you have to moving between 2 or 3 wives, who is the carrier of what?
That's the thing. Like, if you're all carrying with just each other, you know who's got what. Unless you're stepping outside being.
But if you got 3 wives, who will be the carrier of the virus?
That's the thing. That's the thing.
We have one that if you and I know about each other, we have our healthcare delivery, healthcare systems check up. They tell you this is our problem. We solve it together. But our four, maybe the other one person be different. So it's not good. I discourage it. I don't want to encourage polygamy. But like I said, polygamy was intended as economic base. During our parent days, it was economy. When you have more wives, the more land you cultivate. That's what called resource pooling.
I know you mentioned because I'm the businessman, I should know more resources.
So that's what more wives were for. The more children you have, the more farm land you will cultivate. Your children all go there, work together, you have more land. We have one child. So that was one of the underlying factors for polygamy during our parent days. But today it's economically viable that everybody have a career. So if your wife doing something, you doing something, you bring resources together, you can live happily, your children go to school. So that was the reason. So, but I discourage polygamy.
I mean, some people are trying to bring it back, to be honest. I mean, if two men can get married,
still practicing. But the reason which is TV dangerous is you steal it from your purse, from your mate. If you say you are married to one wife, you have 5 girlfriends, it's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
So it's better if you want to do polygamy, tell all of them know about each other.
That's fine. That's polygamy done right. That's just cheating what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like if 2 men can get married in America, I feel like you can get multiple wives if you want to. Because, like, what's the problem with that?
No, I discourage polygamy. I discourage dishonesty in a relationship. I don't.
Okay. I mean, well, it is what it is. It is what it is and stuff of that nature. But it's just like, I know it's just like we've been speaking for like well over an hour, and I feel like I pretty much got a whole lot out of like your feedback in regards to what you, what's your issues like with Liberia. You pretty much put in description of like all the nations. What do you feel about George Weah as a leader?
Well, George Weah is our president.
Yeah.
They said when Ellen was leaving government, Ellen gave us George Weah. He said he wanted a youthful population. But notwithstanding, his government is not measuring to the task. Of course, one of the things which people may give him credit, that I talk about implementation, there are a lot of feeder roads being paved under his leadership. If I was going, the road from Robert Street to Monrovia would be a 4-lane highway before 2023. These are all hallmark, but these were plans that were donor countries agreed upon before the level of it, so he will get the credit. But his government is corruption is the hallmark of his government. Self-enrichment. Self-enrichment. Poor guy, you know the income, so guy mansion, the guy estates. When you look at their income, it's not measurable to the wealth that they have acquired. So, but he's trying, and we hope that 2023 will produce a new president that will have the country at heart. Because the inner circle around we try to manipulate the system to keep themselves in power. So Liberia must be on the lookout for 2023. We hope it remains peaceful so that we can coexist. Just like we did under Ellen government for the past 12 years after the civil conflict. So we look up to be amicable, to be loving, to love Liberia, be Liberia. So this is our hope. To be Liberia, we must coexist as people. The war Congo does not exist anymore. The intermarriages have gone far. Even the Muslims. Now, before, Muslims were not allowing us to marry from their tribe. Those things don't exist anymore. Muslims married different tribe, but they still respect their religion. So I would say let us coexist. Let 2023 be a year of peace. Let the election be free and fair. Let not party intimidate the next party. Let the people make a choice that Liberia will be proud, the world will be proud, and Africa will be proud. So, with that, thank you very much. And I will be going back on the 14th to Liberia. I leave on the 14th, arrive on the 15th in Monrovia, sleep overnight. The 16th or 17th, I'll be heading for Nimba.
Okay. And then it's just like, what do y'all really do for Independence Day back in Liberia? Like, what kind of festivities y'all be cool? I know we have the cookouts and everything at the park. What do y'all be doing in Liberia?
Independence Day, Monrovia. I use the word mess, but it's a joy. Unrestricted. Beaches are filled. The accident rate in Monrovia is overwhelming. First, Monrovia has no road. Liberia has no road.
Nobody can drive.
No.
Nobody can drive.
It's all over the country, all over the counties, all county headquarters, state celebration, neighborhood, community sports. Soccer is the leading sport. Town playing each other, hosting party.
That's nice.
But we go to party because, like I told you, food is very minimal. But we have lavish party now, food, drinks.
Oh yeah.
So we celebrate holiday because we don't go to work. It's a whole week. It's a whole week of celebration. And there's the president. They have a national celebration. That there's a national orator that gave the message of the year. And that is done in Monrovia, but all county headquarters. We have 15 counties. So the 15 superintendent, commissioner, like I told you, they have parties, host parties, different. The government even help funding.
That's good.
It's not government send money to these counties to celebrate. And like 2022 is election eve. This 2023 will be one of the greatest celebrators because those political, like primary, we having primary, we having what they call friends of this. So those political aspirants will be lavishing money to different groups because they want their vote in 2023. So we have a celebration.
Oh, that's great.
We have a celebration. So when I say celebration, it will last throughout the year.
Yeah, man. That's great. I really had plans to do for Independence Day. I think I might just stay in Charlotte and everything. I was really hoping to go to Miami because they be having parties in others like Atlanta, Miami.
Even Liberia, like we're talking about, Liberia will be having this. All Liberian will be married, will be conversing in Philadelphia for the celebration. But notwithstanding, party will be like Sugar Creek Park, all over. So, Liberia, they will be celebrating, but for me, luckily for me, I will be in Liberia before the 26th. So I will be part of the celebration. I'm not in government, but government is in me because all those that are running government know me.
That's very funny what you just said. But yeah, man, I maybe next year I'm hoping to maybe go back to Liberia for Independence Day. Definitely just gonna check it out and definitely.
You will be my guest. I will take you to the higher ups.
Oh yeah, well, talk about higher ups. I know, last time, this is what I really want to speak to Grandpa about. I wanted to talk more about the Poro Society and everything to do with that. I know you're not supposed to speak about anything from Poro Society, are you?
If you want to join Poro, you come. We initiate you.
Okay.
But we can't talk about it when you're not a member. So when you come, you want to go, we're going to go. For us, we are the wealthy master of the Poro Society, my quarter, my ethnic group.
Oh, that's cool.
Poro, in our town, when we speak on Poro, the town keep quiet. They listen. Okay. The Boan, the wishes, the name Boan, your cousin, your uncle. If he were in Liberia, when he would be jumping over his father to inherit the title. Boan is a title.
Yeah, I know Boan is a title.
Yeah, Boan is a title. Those are the people who make policy when you talk about Poro. The Boan, our family in the whole town. A town of 6 different groupings, but that decision is ascribed. It's ascribed, not achieved. It's ascribed to us. Nobody can have it. It remains that if I die, the Boan is there. I'm not Boan. I left Boan in Papa. when he dies, somebody will inherit it from the quarter. It don't go beyond. It remain in the circle.
Oh, okay. So all the descendants of the Weanquoi and the Boan people.
Say Boan father was the Boan. Say Boan. Padre S. Boan. Bright Padre. Father was the Boan. When he died, another inherited it because he's George Boan. George Gunnar Boan. So it's ascribed. It's not inherited. It's inherited. It's not something that you vote for. You know. It's inherited.
So, like, if I wanted to be a part of this whole Poro society, all I got to do is just go back to Liberia and then see if I can be put into it.
You can join.
Oh, okay.
And we'll give you a olive branch.
Oh. All right, we can't go into any more detail. We can talk more about that off screen. I'll probably see if I can come by tomorrow. You're gonna be here. You're not gonna be here tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow I'm going. Like I said, I will come. I'm going to 2 churches tomorrow. I go to my black church on 1243 West Boulevard in the morning. It's 9 o'clock, 9 to 10:30 service. Okay. Then I go and worship with the Methodist church that buried my brother. Mm-hmm. I want to go and appreciate them before I leave.
Okay, tell you what, I'm going to just, what time are you leaving? You're going to leave around 9 a.m. tomorrow, right?
Where?
To the church and everything?
I would leave for the first church. It start right West Boulevard, Remo Road. Yeah. The Black American church I go to when I was here. Yeah. I go and worship with them. Go to the other service start 11 o'clock.
Okay, but what time? All right, tell you what.
I will ask you to pick me up.
Yeah, sure.
At 1243 West Boulevard.
1243 West Boulevard. Uh-huh. All right, cool. Tell you what, you got my number, right?
I have your number.
All right, cool. I'll write it down again just in case. And yeah, we'll go to church together. Why not? Since you're in town.
I need to go there and appreciate him, but.
I was thinking about getting in contact with the Methodist church myself.
The church where we buried my brother.
Yeah, definitely want to get in contact with them.
This will be my last 4 weeks. So then I want to go and appreciate it. What they did for us, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we can go to church together, Grandpa.
I told your mom already, she knows.
All right, cool. That's fine. I'm gonna let mom know and everything, and we can just go together and stuff.
I'll give you a call.
All right, cool. Definitely give me a call. All right, that's it for the Mental Threats Podcast, episode 83. Thank you for hopping on, Uncle George. Do you have anything else you want to let the audience know before we bounce?
Well, I just want to thank you very much for excelling to where you are. Like I said, let the sky be your limit. The challenge is yours. Just look, there are many mentors. Mm-hmm. Mentors. Look, just look at Martin Luther King. Let not be judged by the color of your skin, but by the corner of your character. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look at Obama, look at Kamala, look at Kennedy, and many others. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Colin Powell. Those are people. Mm-hmm. The parents, when they're black, they must do it. If they can do it, you can. So I wish you well. I wish your brother well. And all of those that you come in contact with, encourage them to be like you and be more. Mm-hmm. Thank you, and thank my daughter. Thank you for the support for getting you where you are.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, Mom is very, 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 very impressed with everything that I've done. Very, very proud. So that's just all I want to do is make all of y'all proud and everything. Because one day I will be at that level and everything. Will I be making decisions and everything? Whether it be 10 years from now, 20 years from now. As of right now, I'm just kind of grooming myself to put myself in that position. So every time I open a book or I'm studying or I do anything, any decision, make any plans for the future, I always think about you and everything. So. Oh, yeah, sure, that's no problem. The episode's ending. Oh, yeah, sure, no, I'm about to end the episode right now. But thank you very much, Uncle George. That's it for the Mental Threats Podcast. All right, episode 83. Sewing in, now we're sewing out.